And I watched a creepy and sad Twilight Zone last night, and in a minute I'll give you the title. But I want to tell you a little bit about it to get you to watch it. It's about space. It takes place in space. There's this teenager. She's a stowaway on this ship. I don't know, 18, 19 years old. Anyway, the captain of the ship finds her. Now, first of all, only him and her's in this, which adds creepiness to it. Anyway, this captain of the ship finds her stowed away on the spaceship. The problem is, he tells her when he finds her, we measure weight by kilograms, and with you being on the ship, I ain't getting enough fuel. And what he does, he delivers medical supplies to people. It's sort of like life on Earth, but he's going to distant planets and he's delivering medical supplies to the sick and dying, just like they'd be here on Earth. But with her on his ship, he ain't got enough fuel to get to the people's dying, so she's going to have to die. It's either she lives and hundreds die, or she dies and hundreds live. Well, what they try to do, they try to figure out a way to save her. He does. So he calls his boss, on the screen. He calls his boss, and there's a ship to pick her up, but it's 1,000 light years away. And they only got 1 hour now. Their computer thing is automated. The voice, this computer is telling them they only got 1 hour. And so in other words, either she dies or lives in 1 hour. But the ship is too far out. It's 1,000 light years away, but if they had longer than an hour, they could save her. So that's gone. So he does these mathematical calculations on the piece of paper, and of course she's crying. Now she should, I don't know if she did or not, but if she did, she should have got an Oscar. He was a good actor too, but her performance, I can't think of her name, she did an Oscar performance. Was she deserving to win an Oscar? God, yeah. Oh, she did an Oscar performance. Anyway, what they decided to do is mathematical calculations. Now, there's nothing wrong with the ship at all. The spaceship's in fine condition. But what they attempt to do, and she helps him, junk part of the ship. Now, you got to remember, on a ship like that, everything's made of titanium. It's ultralight and strong, so it's going to be it's going to be next to impossible to get her weight in junk metal, and a few other things like maybe a cushion or whatever. But it's going to be hard to get her weight. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible, but he tells her it's next to impossible. It's worth a try. I ain't going to tell you the results there, but they take a room. They work together. They take a room of the ship, a door, and they junk this room. I ain't gonna tell you the result, but it's if you ain't got now if you're a hardened criminal, you're gonna cry over this. And if you ain't got Kleenex, my advice: go get your Kleenex, then watch it, because it made me cry. I ain't gonna tell you if she lives or dies. You have to watch. In just a second, I'll tell you the name of it. Anyway, it's got a very sad ending. It's called The Code Equations. I think it's season 3, episode 6. Well, anyway, as long as you get the title, you're fine. The Code, make sure I say this right. The Code Equations, Twilight Zone. Please, 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 let me sing it. Please, please watch it. And let me add to the word please, the best I've ever seen.